Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. This is the very first hashtag Ask Dee video, and in these videos I'm going to be giving you guys my advice on your situations, and I'm also going to be answering your questions. So for this very first episode, I have pulled questions from Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and in the future episodes I will create an email. I'll leave it in the description box so that you guys can ask me your questions through that email, just so that we can keep it more confidential. So in the future episodes, I'll pull questions from that email, and those will be the questions that I answer in the future hashtag Ask Dee episodes. It has been seriously breaking my heart, you guys. Some of you guys have reached out to me in my DMs. I see your comments, and it really makes me so sad that you guys are going through all this pain. And I know that I have gone through some things, and I know the weight of what I have gone through, and I don't want anyone else to go through that. And the fact that you guys can relate to me just makes me feel so upset. Know that I am praying for you guys. Know that I love you guys. I know that you do not deserve any of this that you guys are going through. So that is why I decided to do hashtag Ask Dees, because I feel like I'm praying that these videos can really help people, because I really hope that I can give you guys good advice and lead you the right way. So without further ado, let's get into these questions. So the first question is, how do you deal with the fear of your parents? Now, when it came to me running away, there was so much fear around it all. There was fear building up before I even knew that I was gonna actually go through with it. There was fear the day of, when everything was in motion, and there was fear when I was, already at my destination. And I had so much adrenaline. I was like, what if my parents come home and they see me, leaving? What are they gonna do when they find me? How are they gonna react? What are they gonna say to me? And then also there was the fear of what is going to happen with my future? What is going to happen with my life? So how did I deal with that fear? I do not recommend what I did. I pushed my parents away, and I basically ran away from them as well, like emotionally. Like, I didn't want to really have a conversation with them. I didn't want to talk about my feelings. I didn't want to talk about what happened. I just, non-existent, didn't want to deal with it. And I feel like that is not the right way to go about handling that fear. It's really important that you don't run away. It's important that you are able to talk to your family. It's important that you guys are on the same page. They know how you're feeling. They know what you're going through. And I know that that's easier said than done, but I definitely would take back running away emotionally as well, because I feel like that caused a lot more damage and it really could have been avoided. So that's what I did, but I would not recommend. I would not recommend running away emotionally. The next question is, what did your budget look like? How did you save up to move out? So my moving out situation was spontaneous, but not spontaneous, because I had been living in a bubble my entire life. So I didn't really know how real life worked. So I didn't save up anything, you guys. I didn't have a job, so I wouldn't have been able to save up anything. But I did have a bank account with my mom, and we did have some money in that. Now, it wasn't that much money. I want to say it was like $200 or $300. It was nothing crazy. And that was all the money that I have. Now, I was extremely blessed and lucky to have been placed in a family that did not charge me any bills, any rent. They really just wanted me to get onto my own 2 feet and be able to just feel things out, save up and just be able to live. So I was really lucky and blessed in that sense. So I did not save up money, but I would recommend that. Remember, we're not running away, we are moving out. There's a difference. So I would definitely recommend that you plan saving up money. It's so important, so important. So you got to think about your rent, your utilities, bills, groceries. You got to save up a good amount of money, and it depends where you live. It depends, how much your bills are going to be. So definitely save up double, if not triple, that amount of money that you would normally, need to spend for that month. So it's super important that you save up to move out, because not only do you have to worry about like your bills and your food, but then also like, do you need clothes? Do you need furniture? There's other things involved with your space that you're moving into. Cooking ware, utensils. There's like all these little things. So definitely save up like double the amount that you would need to spend in a month, if not more. How do you deal with controlling, verbally, and emotionally abusive parents? So growing up in a brown household, I can definitely relate to that to a T. Like that was my childhood. And I mean, it wasn't always bad, but there was so many high standards that were placed on me that could be unrealistic. And it's really sad because our parents, they do want the best for us and they want us to be successful and make money, but at the same time, we want to also be happy. So our happiness probably doesn't always equal to what their standards are for us. So that can be really difficult, and that can result in them lashing out, which is not right. So I would definitely lean on God, pray to God, because when we put our anxieties and stress on his feet, he definitely listens to us. And I don't know why my ring light just turned off. Give me a second. When you pray to God, he definitely listens to you, and he definitely is able to heal these things and change these things in your life. So definitely lean on God, lean on praying. And then I would also recommend that you have a conversation with your parents. Let them know that you don't like the way that they speak to you. It doesn't translate well. It translates into, your mental health suffering, and it's not good for anybody. It's not good for them either. So I would definitely urge you to have a conversation with them. If you are afraid of confrontation, write a letter. But whatever you do, please approach the situation with calmness and grace, because it's not going to end well and it's not going to go well if you guys are arguing, if you raise your voice. So definitely, if you do talk to them, approach the situation with grace. And then I would recommend that you move out when you're a legal age. I'm not recommending that anyone runs away, but I definitely think that you can grow so much and learn a lot when you live on your own. You can also still have a relationship with your family, and sometimes I've heard that people have a better relationship with their parents after they move out, because your parents are able to see, oh yeah, they have it good. Like, they're taking care of themselves, they're successful, they're doing it on their own. So you can probably have a good relationship with your parents if there's a little bit of distance, and it's really beneficial for you. I don't want you to ever blame yourself, because it's not right for anyone to be abusive in any way, shape, or form. But what is the root of them speaking this way to you? Is it your grades? Is it you're not doing something that they want you to do? What is going on? Try to figure that out. And in the meantime, like, since you're living under their roof, most parents want you to have good grades, do your chores. Just make sure you're doing that in the time that you're living there so that you can avoid problems. How do you pray when you're going through abuse? This question broke my heart into a million pieces, guys. And I just want to say that God is with us right now in this moment. He's with you. He's with me. He's always around. We can stop at any moment in time. You can bury your face in your pillow. You can sit quietly in your room. It doesn't matter. You could be in the middle of a mall. You could be at Starbucks. God is still with you, and you can talk to him literally anywhere at any time, 24/7. So you literally, how we're talking right now is how you talk to God. Spill your tea. Tell him everything that is on your mind, and he will listen to you. That's what prayer is. Prayer is talking to God. God is our best friend. He's there for us. He listens to us, and he is going to help you. He wants to hear from you. So I urge you to pause this video right now and just cry your heart out to God. And you can even pray for the people in your life that are being abusive towards you to have a change in heart, for God to heal them and for them to see what they're doing is wrong. How did you have the confidence to leave? Honestly, at the time, I just wanted to get away from my SAer. That's what we're saying, because I don't know if YouTube regulations wants me to say the actual word. So at the time, I really wanted to get away from my SAer, and that was the big push. And the confidence at the time, I didn't realize, but now looking back, it was definitely God. And I didn't know God at the time, but it was definitely God that was pushing me to move out, because I was destined for bigger, greater things, and he knew that I was going to be okay. Was there guilt, and how did you live with that? There was definitely guilt, even though, like I said, I moved out because I was SA'd. And also, on top of that, that was like the main reason, right? But on top of that, it was also the controlled environment, my strict parents not allowing me to do stuff. And then it was also my relationship. It was me not being able to be with my boyfriend because of his race. And all those three things piled up were a lot. That was like, yeah, girl, you gotta go. So I definitely did have guilt because I saw how my parents were hurting. And it was difficult because I knew that deep down, this was the right decision for me, because I was able to get that space to finally start to heal and move on and grow. But my parents were hurting. So it really did hurt me and made me feel guilty. Was I doing the right thing? Was I making the right decision? And I definitely did, because I don't take back whatever happened. Everything happened for a reason, and I was able to get so much out of living on my own and being away from my family. So yeah, I would definitely not take anything back, but there was definitely guilt. I would just have to tell myself that I was doing this for me. And if I were to go back, because my parents wanted me to move back with them, and if I were to go back to that situation, my mental health would suffer tremendously, and I would not be happy, and I would definitely not be at the place that I'm at right now if I had went back home. Do you currently have a better relationship with your family? And if not, do you want to? So I currently don't have that great of a relationship with my parents, but I do talk to them occasionally. And sometimes, I'm gonna be really honest with you guys, sometimes it's really tough because we never had that like conversation about everything in depth, really. So it is really difficult sometimes, because I feel like I don't want to just brush things off and act like everything's normal. And I feel like that also kind of prevents me from getting too deep. So conversations can be kind of surface level and just like, yeah, everything's going well, which I'm honest like about where I'm at. Like, everything's going well. I do tell them about, you know, things that are going on in my life, but I feel like it's not that like deep connection, deep relationship. I do want to get there one day, and I do pray that I'm able to get there, because I know that there are still things that has to be worked out with me. But it's definitely difficult sometimes and mentally draining to talk to my parents, because I feel like there's just like the closure that's needed, and we just haven't gotten it yet, and I just can't pretend that everything's normal. So the next question is, I have a long-term relationship that my parents don't like. So it's basically parents versus boyfriend. So I know in the brown community, it's really difficult because we have these high standards on who we should be with. Similarly to the profession that we should have, our spouse should also have a very good profession. And I know this makes sense. It does. Our spouse should be, you know, able to take care of themselves, so that when you join with that person, you guys are flourishing and one is not dragging the other. That makes sense. But if you guys are in a healthy, good relationship and your parents are still not seeing it, and they're still not approving, I think at a certain point you have to just tell your parents, this is who I want to be with, and this is the person that makes me happy, and I'm gonna live my life. Because your parents, you know, they raise you with the values and things that they want you to be brought up with, but they have to let go. They have to let you make your own decisions at a certain point. So I would definitely have a conversation with your family and just keep having conversations. Would also recommend that you pray about this, and I will be praying for you too about this situation, because I know how tough it is when your family does not accept your spouse. It's really difficult because you want them to be there for you. This is a huge moment in your life where you're finding your partner and you want your family to be supportive. So I just hope that your family is supportive soon, and I hope that they see how happy you are. How did you eventually cope with your parents' reaction regarding your newfound faith? I kind of just blurted it out. I remember one day my mom had came to the place that I was living at, and I just had to tell her because I wasn't a Hindu anymore, and I think she was bringing me something Hindu related. So I just kind of blurted it out, and she was not happy. She's still not happy. My dad is more so accepting and just wanting me to be happy, and he likes the fact that I follow God. So yeah, my mom doesn't really like it, but my dad does. At the end of the day, I am choosing to follow God, and I'm never gonna turn back and not follow God. So God knows my heart, and he knows where I'm at in life, and that's all that matters. Do you regret running away? No, I don't regret running away. I do regret how some things played out, because like I said earlier, I ran away emotionally as well, and I wish that I would have had more courage to speak up. I wish that I would have had more courage to be able to have those tough conversations, but I was so young and so immature. But I don't regret how anything played out, and if I were to go back, I don't know if I would change anything, because the way that my life is now, I'm just so blessed and so happy, and I'm so different than I was from before, and I'm so thankful for everyone and for having God in my life. So no, I don't regret running away. Okay, so the next questions are actually advice that are personal, so I'm going to be reading the blurbs and I will just give my advice and talk about it. Hey, I have a pretty controlling family. They always say it's for my best, and I understand that, but I should have freedom to decide what my future studies and my career are going to be. Because I'm the one who is going to study, and if I don't like what I'm studying, how am I going to get a good job? And if I get a job, I definitely won't enjoy it. Right now, I don't have any friends because my parents never let me go out to hang out with them. They slowly forgot me. I stopped getting invited for things, and I just feel so bad about myself because I can't share this with anyone. I just feel so alone, but I need to get used to it because I know my parents won't let me go over for sleepovers or even to a friend's house because they already told me about it. They literally said it to my face that I can't hang out with my friends outside, and if I don't go outside, how will I find friends? I'm in high school, and I know one person in my whole class who would talk to me. Your videos are really helping me. You have a beautiful life now. As you said, it won't be safe for everyone if you were to run away or, be on your own in the world. I need to plan because my dad is abusive mentally and physically. So we have this friend here, and she is in a very controlled environment. She feels like she can't do anything for herself. And to some extent, when you're a kid, you have to be in a controlled environment because your parents are responsible for you and they have to make decisions for you. But she feels like she is in a overly controlled environment. She's not able to pick what she's going to study and what her career are going to be in the future. And she's very worried about that because it seems like she has something in mind that she wants to do instead, but she has that fear of, my parents are not going to allow me, what am I going to do? At the same time, she's struggling socially because her parents have straight up told her that she is not allowed to have friends. She's not allowed to hang out with people, and this is really straining her. And then the last part is very important to me, and I don't want to skip past this. Friend, please talk to someone that you trust. You didn't directly mention your mom, so if that is someone who you trust, who you can go to, definitely talk to her, because it is not okay that your dad is laying his hands on you. You don't deserve that, and you deserve to live in a house that you feel safe and comfortable in. So please talk to your mom or a trusted adult, because that is not okay. So as for the career and studies part, I definitely agree with you. You should be able to choose a job and study what you want to study, because it is your life and this is going to be your career, you know. This is going to be something that you hopefully do for years and years and years. And if you're doing this and you don't like it, then it's not going to be fulfilling, rewarding, and you're going to be really unhappy. So I definitely agree with you that you should definitely be able to choose what you want to study and what job you're going to have. As for the friends part, I feel for you. I'm so sorry. I went through the same thing. So I just had friends in school, and online I would just like talk to people when I was at home. I am really grateful though that my parents had me in dance, and I was also really involved in Hindu temple. So I did have friends outside of school that were like family friends. So if your parents are open to it, maybe see if you can join like an extracurricular that, you know, you could be involved with, that they approve of. That way you can still have like friends and social activity outside of school. And don't feel bad for yourself. This is just where you're at right now, but you are worthy and you are amazing and awesome and loved. You are definitely going to get through this. I am praying for you. You are in my prayers, and I love you so much. I definitely would recommend, when you are older, legal age, I'm not telling you to run away. When you are of a legal age, I would definitely recommend that you move out of your parents' home. So definitely, you know, start saving. And this is not to, you know, run away from your parents and like not talk to them again. This could be beneficial for your parents as well, because having that little bit of distance can really help with your relationship, because they're not able to control you, so they can see you living life on your own, maturing, growing, you know, and just letting go a little bit. So I would definitely recommend, when you're older, to move out and experience life. And when you're on your own, you'll be able to make decisions. You'll be able to study whatever you want, have whatever job you want. I hope my advice helped. If you have any other questions, or if you wanted to elaborate or give me any other details, just hit me back up and I will love to reach back out to you. Okay, and our last one for today. Your story has really inspired me. I live with very strict parents, and the exact same thing is happening to me. They found out about my boyfriend and they put me on lockdown, took away my phone that I was paying for with my money, made me quit my job, and they didn't even let me attend my own graduation. This all happened even when I was 18. I'm still 18 now, about to turn 19 in 2 weeks, and I still live here. I'm so scared to just leave, because my mom says things will go very bad for me if I leave, and she will try and find me if I do leave. I'm so scared to leave. Any advice? Thank you for sharing your story. I'm so sorry that you're going through this. So this friend is in complete lockdown. She's 18. She's not allowed to date. It was so bad that she wasn't even able to attend her own graduation. They even took away her phone that she pays for and made her quit her job. So that is super tough. And the only thing that I can tell you, I can reassure you that if you do leave, if you live in a country where 18 is the legal age, then your mom can't do anything legally to like get you back. So I definitely would recommend, if you can find a way to make money so that you're able to save up, so you're able to leave. And that's, again, not to say that your relationship with your mom is going to be cut off. I'm hoping that you'll still communicate with her and your relationship will still be strong, if not stronger, because it is a different dynamic when you're living with your family versus when you move out. It's a totally different dynamic, and your parents are able to let go because they realize that they can't control you when you don't live with them. Whatever way that you can save up money, I would definitely recommend that you plan on moving so that you can be on your own, so that you're able to make these life decisions that you're wanting to make on your own. Also, I just want to say, don't ever leave for a guy. You have to leave for yourself. So it has to be because, you know, you're wanting to grow, you're wanting to get away from that environment because you want to better yourself. Please don't leave just for a guy, because that relationship isn't guaranteed. I don't know if you guys are still together because you didn't mention it, but don't leave for a guy because that relationship is not guaranteed. What is guaranteed is yourself and bettering yourself. So yeah, I would always urge people to move out if they're wanting to get away from what is a toxic environment for them, so that they're able to just flourish and bloom and become their person and just be able to just live how they are meant to live. All right, my friends, this was the very first hashtag Ask Dee video, and I hope that my advice was good. I hope that I answered questions thoroughly. So if you guys have any other questions for me, if you have any other advice that you're wanting me to give you, then please email me at the email. It'll be in the description box. And that is all from me. I love you guys so much. I just know that you guys are always in my prayers and that I love you guys to the bottom of my heart. When I read your comments, when I read your messages, like, you guys mean so much to me, and I'm just so happy that I'm able to help people. So, and this is only the beginning. I know that it's going to be so much more. This is just the start. So yeah, I can't say it enough. I really do love you guys, and just know that I'm here for you guys. All right, until next time.